Let's listen. This is Keyshawn Johnson from KJM on ESPN about what they expect from Deshaun Watson when he comes back.
Well, I expect for him to struggle at times. I mean, he's got to get acclimated to the speed of the game again. I mean, he's been away from it for a year and a half or so from live action. So I expect for him to struggle and some balls that come out looking wobbly at times. But in the end, I think he's going to wind up being Deshaun Watson that we saw a year and a half ago, his last game. That's the guy we're going to see. The Kansas City playoff game, like that's the guy we're going to see at some point in time before the end of this year.
Yeah, and G. Bush, along those lines, take a look at this. So Deshaun Watson is the only player in NFL history. So the only player in NFL history to complete 70% of his passes, throw for at least 4,500 yards, and fewer than 10 touchdowns in the same season. That was that 2020 season. Now, the Texans weren't very good, but that was a really good season. And this is CBS Sports, NFL on CBS. Their quarterback rankings for Week 13. And they've got Mahomes 1, Hurts 2, Burrow 3, and Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played in almost 2 years, ranked at 15. So in the top half, even though he hasn't played at game speed in almost 2.5 years. A lot to digest there, but that's how good this guy is.
Yeah, I think and here's the thing. You know, he'll probably have to answer a lot of questions week one. Let me tell you what he won't have to answer. People in Cleveland don't really understand this right now until they get a hold of it. A lot of people's not watching Houston Texans games unless you're a football junkie or you don't sleep like some people in the media. Like you won't know exactly how good this guy is. But trust me, trust and believe, there are going to be plays he makes where Cleveland Browns Twitter, Cleveland Browns YouTube, Cleveland Browns in general community go up in an uproar because frankly, you've never seen that. Frankly, even that, you got to think about it. In my lifetime, you say, who's the best quarterback ever to play? And I would say, I wasn't there to see Brian Sipe in '81. I'm 41. Best quarterback I seen for the Browns was Bernie, right? And when Bernie tells you, as I'm sitting up with him, I had an opportunity to go out to eat with him the other day. He says, "I'm gonna tell you what, G. Bush, as smart as this kid is, as intelligent as he is, and as athletic as he is, the way he sees the game is different. Like there's some stuff where I get him on the board and he talking through the game of football. It's just different." And I said, yeah. And he said, put that with that athletic ability and the fact that he has a solid offensive line. He has an elite running back that is probably one of the most gifted running backs in the league, or generational gifted in Nick Chubb. You have a precision route runner in Amari Cooper. Up and young coming guys and one of the most athletic tight end and David Njoku. Now he won like 4 games with that team in Houston. They didn't have none of this. They didn't have the pieces, parts, all of that other stuff here that they got in Cleveland. At some point, you're right. He's going to show why they gave up 3 draft picks, and people will slowly but surely become more excited about what the upside of this team is. Not only these last 6 games, but moving forward.